Hello everyone and welcome to this Business English presentation exercise. The last video I did was called Business English Pronunciation Lesson 2, where I practiced pronouncing many words for my colleague Chantal, and they come from this presentation. So I'm going to read a selection of the presentation. Thanks to Chantal for suggesting it. It is by the Clinical Advisory Board of America, and it is called Hub of the Enterprise. So it is not mine. It is the copyright is to the Clinical Advisory Board, and I'm going to read a small selection of their work. I have pasted what I'm going to read in the YouTube description and below the video on the other websites, so you can read it with me. If you want to know about the difficult words, please check the other video on my YouTube channel called Business English Pronunciation Lesson 2, where I practice pronouncing quite a lot of the difficult words here. And this video is to help Chantal and anyone else practice the presentation style. So I'm just going to read through. I'm going to go quite slowly to make it clear. So please read along with me, and I hope that this is useful in helping you practice a bit more. And even if it is only to hear a native speaker doing something in a presentation style, let's try it. So here we go then with the executive summary. Accountable care era requires fundamental shift in outlook. Succeeding under tomorrow's accountable payment models will require providers to deliver efficient, cost-effective care while improving transitions across care settings. Furthermore, expanded healthcare coverage for millions of Americans will exacerbate the existing challenges of patient throughput, utilization management, and care coordination. This pressure will be most acutely felt in the already overcrowded front door of the hospital, the emergency department. Emergency department must proactively manage capacity constraints. Rather than reactively responding to this challenge, now is an opportune moment for change. Hospital executives are at a turning point to capitalize on the ED's potential, rethinking its role from front door to hub of an integrated enterprise. To transform the ED, the first step is to position the ED for success in light of near-term volume pressure. It will be critical for EDs to move beyond traditional efficiency tactics, to collaborate more rigorously with hospital leadership and inpatient counterparts in order to optimize throughput in the ED and the organization at large. Furthermore, when managing capacity constraints and optimizing resource utilization, hospitals often fall short in their efforts to optimize the use of observation status to better support patient throughput and quality of care. Leverage emergency department to deliver significant value across the system. So these odd lines, are titles. That's why they don't read properly. To succeed in the future, EDs must also bridge patients to the most appropriate care setting. To do this effectively, EDs have to improve communication with ambulatory providers and position patients discharged from the ED for success. Lastly, many EDs struggle to manage vulnerable high-utilizer patient populations. While some observers may categorize these patients as ED-exclusive challenges, in actuality, high utilizers of the ED are often high utilizers of services across the healthcare system. By better meeting their needs, EDs can work to reduce overutilization and lower costs across the healthcare enterprise. This publication provides 18 best practices to guide hospitals and health systems through the balancing act of addressing added volume pressure and elevating the role of the ED to serve as a bridge across the system of care providers. Our goal is to provide executives with a heightened understanding of these issues and a set of tools to truly transform the hub of their healthcare enterprise. One of the most discussed issues in the healthcare industry today is the Supreme Court ruling on healthcare reform. The justices are wrestling with the multi-billion-dollar question: can the federal government mandate that Americans buy health insurance or pay a fine if they opt not to? While the question is being debated, it is crucial not to overlook a blatant double standard. Individual mandate or not, the emergency department is legally required to provide care to everyone under EMTALA1, generating renewed interest in the emergency department. While this intense political climate has generated new interest in the emergency department, the ED is hardly a new topic to hospital leaders or to the Clinical Advisory Board. In fact, over the past decade, the Clinical Advisory Board has published 4 times on the ED through the Clockwork ED series and the High Performance ED research in 2008. Despite this work, and despite the efforts organisations have taken to improve their EDs, the reality is that the ED is still an up-at-night issue. There are many renewed areas of focus, including the mismatch of supply and demand, demographic shifts, the impact of healthcare reform, and the recognition of escalating costs. So that concludes the selection I am going to read from The Hub of the Enterprise by the Clinical Advisory Board in America. Please note that I am British and normally I do British English lessons. This is an American publication, so there are some American expressions and grammatical things. For example, they use Z, where in Britain we use S. So this does not fit in with the British English lessons. This particular one is American English, and I'm reading it for my colleague Chantal. As I mentioned at the start, I have done another video with the words on. There are other business English videos, also the English accent training videos that I do. If you look above the text in the description or below the video, you will find a list of my websites. They are on that YouTube channel where you can watch many videos now, and I will post more, so please watch them if you want to. You are welcome. Also, the other websites, including a group on Facebook where I post other learning material as well. So this concludes this business English presentation exercise. I hope it has been useful to hear me read through this presentation. Thank you to Chantal for suggesting this and for providing the material. Please, if anyone has comments about this, you are always welcome to contact me on any of the websites that I give below the video. So I look forward to hearing from you if you do. So thank you again to Chantal. Thank you to everyone for watching. See you next time.